What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video and happy 2026. It has been some time. I hope the new year is treating you all very well, and to kick off the new year I thought I would
fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
do something that I've been putting off for a very long time. One of my first videos on the channel was a movie collection video, and I've had some pretty cool pickups since then. So I thought, let's kick off the new year, even though we're in February now.
It's about time.
With a collection video. So I don't have my movies set up in any kind of rhyme or reason. As a matter of fact, I have them all in this tote bin right now. I was moving my stuff around in my room, and I cleaned my shelf off and I put them all in there, and they've actually been sitting in there for like 2 or 3 months. So I figured, what better time than now? Let's go through them all. Starting out, I'm just going to grab one. We have True Romance, the Arrow Media 4K. I picked this up, I think, when I was still working at Best Buy. A lot of cool stuff in here. You guys have probably seen in my video before the poster that sits up on the wall. It is really, really cool. The art style, it comes with a little booklet inside. It is fantastic work. We have Heat on 4K. Michael Mann, I think one of his best movies. I think I have a duplicate copy, or the other one is a Blu-ray. As a matter of fact, we do. We have Heat, the Blu-ray edition. So we love back-to-back Heat. That's how much we love Michael Mann, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Val Kilmer. Rest in peace. We love it. We go from that great movie to an absolute stinker. X-Men Origins, Wolverine. My mother got this movie for me for Christmas one year. She also got X-Men 3, The Last Stand. And I think my favorite X-Men movie out of the original trilogy, X-Men 2 United. I have the first one somewhere on Blu-ray. I don't know where it's kicking around though. So as you can see, we're going to go from Blu-ray to 4K. Hell, I think we have some DVDs that are going to be thrown in there. So come along for the ride. Come along for the journey. We have the steelbook copy of the first Dune movie. Would you believe that I still have not seen Dune 2? I call myself a movie fan, but I think I'm just rage baiting people by saying that. We have Field of Dreams, my favorite Kevin Costner movie, probably my favorite baseball movie. Jaws, I completely forgot I had this on 4K. I'm getting to that point where I don't remember even buying this. One of the greatest summer blockbuster movies of all time, Steven Spielberg at the height of his powers. I watched that movie usually twice during the summertime, usually back to back, because I love it so much. That last half of the movie where it's all on the boat and we start seeing the shark and that showdown happens, pure cinema. I think one of the greatest movie sequences of all time. It is perfect. Ghost in the Shell in 4K. I mean, one of the greatest anime movies ever made. This movie is revolutionary from the amount of work that it inspired. You look at some of the scenes in this, you look at some of the scenes in The Matrix, it lines up perfectly. The Thing, I mean, we all know this is one of the greatest films of all time, probably the greatest horror movie ever made. John Carpenter, the practical effects that are in this film stand up almost 50 years later. If you've never seen that movie, change that right now. Pause this video, go watch that movie. You will not be disappointed. My favorite film of all time, don't ask why. We have Ridley Scott's Black Hawk Down on 4K. I've seen this movie probably the most out of any other movie. I think the cast is absolutely amazing on it. I think the cinematography, everything about this film I find is perfect. I think it's an underrated movie by Ridley Scott, and it turns 25 this year, so I'm definitely going to be doing a review on it. We have back to Blu-ray, The Last Samurai. Tom Cruise at his best, I think. A lot of people do not give this movie a chance. They think, oh, it's just Tom Cruise being a samurai. No, that's not it at all. Ken Watanabe in this film is absolutely amazing, and Tom Cruise, I think this is probably one of his best acting roles, alongside Born on the 4th of July. Shawshank Redemption. one of the trilogy powerhouse movies to come out of 1994. I mean, what can I say about this movie that hasn't already been said before? This is a masterpiece. Frank Darabont is just a masterful director. Yeah, it's great. Morgan Freeman's voiceover work, and Clancy Brown plays a great, great villain in this movie, too. You think of him as Mr. Krabs, but man, he's great. Everything about that movie is fantastic. My favorite film of 2025, Alex Garland and Ray Mendoza's Warfare. If you have not seen this film, I highly recommend it. This film will rock you to your core. I saw this movie about 5 times. I could pop it in now and still be thoroughly entertained. This is a war movie unlike anything I've ever seen before, and I think this is a top tier movie, not just a war film. Highly recommend it. We have probably one of the greatest series of all time, Band of Brothers. I picked this up on Blu-ray when I was working at Best Buy for I think like not even $12. I think it was like $10. What a steal. I remember when this series first started kind of circulating on DVD, it was well over $100. This is probably the greatest piece of TV ever put to screen. This 10-part miniseries, even if you don't like war stuff, I highly recommend you check it out. It is a masterpiece, an absolute masterpiece. Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg are just knocking out of the ballpark, out of the stratosphere, out of the universe, out of their whatever. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. We have The Sting, rest in peace, Robert Redford, and Paul Newman. Along with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, I love them in this film. Their pairing together is so great. They work so well off each other. Robert Shaw as the villain in this movie is absolutely amazing. And I always forget this one Best Picture. You really forget. Every single time I slap this movie on, I have such a blast. It makes me want to go play poker. We have John Wick 3. For some reason, this is the only John Wick movie I have on physical media. I need to change that. I was going to get the John Wick Special Edition, but that was right before I think the 4th movie was coming out, so there's really no point for me of getting it. So I only have this John Wick movie, and that's not right. I feel like I'm doing a big disservice to my man, Durant Cinema, by doing that. Dave, if you're watching, I am very sorry. We have Collateral. This is such a underrated, great film. Tom Cruise playing the villain in this movie as Vincent, the hitman. This movie is just a wild, wild ride. I love this film so much. Another great Michael Mann film, and this film kind of echoes a lot of the same themes as Heat does. Oh, so great. Like I said, this movie is an absolute joyride from start to finish. Once it starts ramping up, you're there the whole rest of the film. Absolutely amazing. All right, we have... Oh, I think I closed this up properly. Apocalypse Now. I actually have a poster right over there that actually just broke of the same art styling. I got this at Target, crazy enough. This is the 4K set. I got this really, really cheap. I think this was like under $30. And this has the, it's a 6-disc set with the crazy wraparound artwork. This is absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe that they had this for, like I said, maybe $23, I think this was. So amazing. This has the, this is the final cut. This has the original cut and the Redux on it. Absolutely incredible. If you have not seen this, and if you have not seen the Redux, highly recommend it. It is a great twist on this movie. Man, what else we got? We have another copy of Ghost in the Shell. This one is the Steelbook, and it's always kind of hard to get out, but the art on that, look at that. It is just absolutely gorgeous. And the slipcover, too, is really, really beautiful. You kind of see, you kind of have the, really, really meshes well together. And a lot of these beautiful Steelbooks I actually got at Best Buy. This was so good. One of the good things about working there was you had first dibs on all of the 4Ks coming out. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing looking back at it, because that drains so much of my paycheck. We have One of the other greatest horror movies of all time. Another film directed by the great John Carpenter, Halloween. This really started it all off. Michael Myers as the Shape. I mean, what else can I say about this film? You have seen it before. You have seen the outreach that this film has had on other horror films. If not for this movie, I don't think the horror genre would be anywhere near it is today. One of the most underrated Western movies of all time. We have Young Guns, the first one here, and talk about a great slipcover. This one is so, so great. I mean, look at the artwork on that. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And it kind of echoes that wanted poster aspect like it does on the front there. If you guys follow my TikTok, I did a review on this a while back of the steelbook copy of this. So go check that out. We have Top Gun Maverick. This movie, I think, blew us all away about how great it was. I love the first Top Gun movie. It is 80s schlock at its best, but this movie had me at the edge of the seat. I think I saw this in the movie theater back to back, as you should. Supporting movies like this, practical effects right in the camera. It doesn't get much better than this. I remember being so shook at the end of this movie and so happy that, you know, we had this experience post-COVID in the movie theater. It was just incredible. We have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Tobe Hooper's fantastic film. This is the steelbook version. You know, it's funny. This film, other than the disc itself, doesn't really come with anything. The art piece on that is absolutely gorgeous. I love it so, so much. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I mean, once again, talk about revolutionary. This film really set the bar and was doing stuff in the 70s that you had not seen before. From that to a underrated kind of horror thrill movie, we have Pitch Black, Vin Diesel's film from 2000. This is another Arrow Video movie, and I just love their artwork. It is so, so cool. This is such an interesting kind of 4K set, and it comes with a little booklet with some, I think some kind of info and still kind of frames from the movie and stuff like that. It is so cool. Arrow Video, always goes above and beyond with their stuff, and I just love it so much. This film actually, kind of hard to tell, but it has a back to it, where you have the pitch black, but then the daytime as well. Really, really cool stuff. Arrow Video just goes absolutely above and beyond with their work. I love it so much. And as you can see, during the daytime, he has his goggles on, and at night, I think I swapped it to this one. He has the goggles off. Great, great kind of little details there. Boutique Physical Media, Criterion, Arrow Video, Kino Lobar. Great stuff, great stuff. Everyone always complains that it's so expensive, but the stuff that you get is just great. You gotta support physical media, man. It's been said to death, but you really do. In these trying times, you have to support physical media. All right, let me get this put away, and let's keep a rolling. We have The Batman from, what was this, 2021, 2022, with Robert Pattinson. Fantastic film, absolutely blew me away. Paul Dano, a great actor. Fuck you, Quentin Tarantino. Is great as the Riddler in this film. Top to bottom, this is like if David Fincher directed a Batman film. That's exactly what it reminds me of. That opening song with the with Radiohead playing, with the backdrop of Halloween, gives me goosebumps every single time I see it. Definitely one of my favorite Batman films of all time. Army of Darkness, my personal favorite in the Evil Dead trilogy, where the start of this franchise is to where it goes with Army of Darkness is absolutely insane. If you have not seen this film, I would say it's kind of an underrated horror movie. This is the 4-disc steelbook 4K set, and the art on that is just absolutely gorgeous. You see on the back there. This movie kind of has everything. Bruce Campbell is so great, so funny in this film. Highly recommend it. This is my latest pickup. I got this for Christmas. This is No Country for Old Men, the Criterion, the Blu-ray. I meant to get the 4K, but well, mistakes were made, I guess. My first Criterion, and I thought, what else can I get as my first than No Country for Old Men, one of the greatest films of all time, in my opinion. The Coen Brothers' best film, in my opinion. Yeah, that movie is just a thrill ride from start to finish. The greatest cat and mouse movie ever made. Can you tell I like it? Speaking of films that I like and that you've seen before, we have a steelbook copy of Black Hawk Down. I just had to pick this up. I spent way too much money on this, but I really don't care. Look at that art piece. It is great on the front. You have on the back there. Absolutely just gorgeous. This is a 3-disc set. More art kind of going on in there. This film, paired with the Dolby Atmos, you will most definitely get the police called on you because they will think there is an active war zone going on in your house. But highly recommend this. Check this one out if you can get your hands on it. And this steelbook, I mean, just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. One of the perks while working at Best Buy was when they were shipping out all of their films, all of their physical media, when they were no longer selling it, they had some that kind of slipped through the cracks a little bit. This was one of them. The Abyss on 4K. This was kind of just sitting there and it had no tag on it. So I asked and was like, hey, what's the deal with this? It wasn't in the system. They let me take it home. And the history of The Abyss on physical media, let's just say, kind of a holy grail. And the fact that I kind of walked away with this kind of scot-free, I'll take it. I will take it. So thank you, Best Buy. Thanks for this. Another random pull in the collection, Creed 3. I have the first 2 Creed movies on digital. And then I saw this and was like, oh, I really like this one. Let me get it on physical media. I like the cover art on it. I don't know. I really don't have much else to say. I'm a big fan of the Creed trilogy. Hope they make a 4th one. Michael B. Jordan did a great job directing that film. Moving on, another film that I got from Best Buy, randomly saw it and was not in the system, was Training Day on 4K. Beautiful slipcover. This movie reminds me a lot of Collateral, that kind of linear storytelling. I like a film that takes place in one day, kind of one set time. It really adds to the stakes, really adds to the suspense, and there's a lot of horror elements to this film that is so underrated. Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke are fantastic in this film. If you've not seen Training Day, you're doing yourself a disservice. Some more Blu-rays. I don't think I have any more 4Ks here, but we shall see. We shall see. We have Alien. I mean, the classic Ridley Scott film. Probably my second favorite. Probably my second favorite Alien media put to screen. We will get to my first soon enough. But yeah, perfect film. You guys have all seen it before. There's nothing really I can stutter my way through that you guys wouldn't already know. Zero Dark 30, great film, directed by Catherine Bigelow. Jessica Chastain is amazing in this film. I just rewatched this one recently. It still holds up. I can't believe this movie is, I mean, like 16 years old. That is absolutely insane. Great Best Picture win there. The Crow, Brandon Lee, rest in peace. This movie is absolutely amazing. A great underrated superhero film. I mean, it's garnered a lot of a cult following over the years, but I mean, I remember first watching this film like on the early days of Netflix and just being absolutely blown away, and then just starting it right over again. I love that film so much, and I want to get that one on 4K. I really do. I have this weird thing about only having the third film in a franchise, but I have War of the Planet of the Apes on 4K. I really like this film. I think this is a great entry into the series, and I think Woody Harrelson's character was fantastic. Really reminded me of Colonel Kurtz from Apocalypse Now. Great version. I had a guy at Best Buy one time that was donating a bunch of 4Ks that really weren't even open, and one of them was Avatar, the first Avatar movie. I'm not the biggest fan of this movie. I think it's a little overrated, but when you have a 4K slipcover unopened of Avatar, I'm not that stupid. I will gladly take that. The whole series of Cowboy Bebop on Blu-ray, I mean, you have to, if you're an anime fan. This is like owning the Bible. And I'm not religious, so this means more to me. Sorry to offend people, but yeah, this is just the perfect series. Even if you're not an anime fan, you have to check this out. You will not be disappointed at all. Perfect. We have some Dragon Ball Z stuff. I picked this one up off of, this is actually, I think, one of the first Blu-rays I ever bought from Best Buy as a customer. I was on a very long plane ride, and I was gearing up. Broly, the Legendary Super Saiyan, is my favorite Dragon Ball Z movie, but I was so upset. This has a dubbed-over soundtrack. Before, the soundtrack had like Pantera in it, a lot of great stuff, but this is dubbed over, so I really don't watch this one. Lone Survivor, Peter Berg's film from, 2012, with Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, really solid war film. I've watched the hell out of this 4K. Really holds up well. We have Blade Runner, the final cut on Blu-ray. This movie is absolutely gorgeous, and the fact that it came out in 1982, the effects on this, some of them still hold up very well, almost 50 years later. This came out around the same time as The Thing, and I echo the same sentiments as I did then to this film, and it came out at the same year, I think right around the same week or so, if I'm not mistaken. One of my top favorites of all time. And talk about a great sequel, Blade Runner 2049, directed by Denis Villeneuve. I can't believe this movie bombed at the box office, kind of the same as the first one. I think this was an absolutely amazing film and a great sequel. And the fact that it bombed was just crazy. I forget what came out at the same time as this one, but Ryan Gosling was fantastic in this one. Jared Leto played a really good villain too, and it was great seeing Deckard come back. La Femme Nikita, directed by Luc Besson. This is a great French film. I think this is actually the first ever French film I ever saw. And it's cool seeing Jean Reno in this one, kind of playing the same role as he does in Leon the Professional. But fuck Luc Besson, he's fucking weird as hell. Misery, one of my favorite Stephen King films of all time. Rest in peace, Rob Reiner. Kathy Bates is absolutely perfect in this film. What has not been said about her? And James Caan is so underrated in this movie. Kathy Bates and James Caan work so well off of each other, and this is a great claustrophobic kind of winter piece that is absolutely fantastic. I am part of this movie group, and one of the submissions recently was movies that take place in a snowy kind of environment. I was so close to saying this one. I actually went with The Thing, but this one would work too. This and The Thing are the 1-2 punch. The first Predator film. I mean, we've talked about this movie to death on this channel. It is a great action horror movie and sets so many kind of gears in motion when it kind of came to this genre. Three Kings, a very underrated film with Mark Wahlberg, Ice Cube, and George Clooney. Such a random cast, but it's a great film and one of those really good movies to come out of 1999, a David O. Russell film. We have Last of the Mohegans. This is one of those other films that was donated by that guy at Best Buy. A great steal. Still sealed, too. I think this is a very early on run in Blu-rays, if I'm not mistaken. This is a really early Blu-ray. Goodfellas. I mean, of course, you have to have Goodfellas. I actually always forget I have this movie on Blu-ray. I need to get the 4K version of it. But yeah, it's one of the greatest films of all time. Probably my favorite Scorsese film. Debatable. We'll have to do a Scorsese breakdown one of these days on the channel. Aliens, the follow-up to Alien. I said that Alien was my second favorite piece of cinema, if you will, in the franchise. This is number one by far. Probably this and Terminator 2 Judgment Day are my favorite James Cameron films. I wish he would do something else other than the Avatar movies. We have the A-Team and the scribbles on this one. This is the original case for Training Day. Like I said, it was not an inventory, but since they wrote on it with permanent marker, I decided to put it on a film that I really don't care about. And not that I don't like the A-Team, but I'd rather this case be marked up than the 4K version of Training Day. You see where I'm coming from, right? We have Boondock Saints, another great film from 1999. This film was just so crazy when I saw it the first time. And I love to revisit this film. Willem Dafoe is so over the top and so crazy in this film, and I love him for that. Batman Beyond, the complete series. A great show. My buddy got me this for Christmas one year, or my birthday, I forget. If you've never seen Batman Beyond, definitely check it out. It is a great spin on Batman, and one of my favorite versions of Batman. What else? And these are some kind of like miscellaneous DVDs. Oh, I actually have one more Steelbook 4K I forgot to show you. Angel Heart. This movie is so fucking crazy. This stars Mickey Rourke before he went crazy. And it is a movie that is almost like a neo-noir that takes place in the 1940s. And the twists and turns in this film are absolutely insane. It was directed by Alan Parker, who also did a film called Mississippi Burning. That's one of my favorites. Robert De Niro plays a character in this film, and he's so horrifying. It is very much out of the kind of normal roles you see good old Bobby D take, and fantastic film. Very underrated. Check this one out. You will have nightmares, I promise you. Like I was saying, back to some of the DVDs. These are very kind of miscellaneous. These are some that I picked up over the years, but they kind of mean a lot to me. These are all very special films to me. I have the original Star Wars trilogy on DVD. These copies are very special. Empire Strikes Back being probably a top 3 favorite film of all time for myself, and the first film I ever watched. I've talked about it before on the VHS tape with the Leonard Maltin and George Lucas interview. I was so fascinated, and that really drew me to film back in the day. So I thank this original trilogy, especially Empire Strikes Back, for getting me into film, and they are just perfect. Everyone knows Star Wars. Everyone knows these movies. Wild America. This is a film that many people will be like, that's so random. This, I believe, only had one DVD run, and I have it on the original run, and I also have it on VHS. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Scott Bairstow, and Devon Sawa play 3 brothers back in the 1960s that kind of go on a cross-country road trip and film animals along the way. This reminded me so much of myself growing up with my brothers. The main character is the youngest brother, and the 2 older brothers are trying to do crazy stuff and pretty much using their younger brother. So it always reminded me of me. This movie always has a very warm place in my heart. I want to do a special video for my birthday this year, and I might cover this movie. Yeah, I really love this film. It means a whole lot to me. We have Lawrence of Arabia on DVD. This is another film that was donated. My dream in life is to see this on the big screen on film. I love this film so much. It is just absolutely gorgeous. If you've not seen Lawrence of Arabia, breathtaking cinematography. Kind of getting to the end here. Terminator 2 Judgment Day, the special edition extreme DVD, if you will. What I remember from this is you have the extreme DVD, I think was almost like a higher edition version of DVDs back in the day. So this is really special. You have that really, really cool slipcover on that. And this is a 2-disc set, so really, really good stuff. The last one I will show you is a very old DVD version of Casablanca. This was another film that was going to be thrown away at Best Buy, but the guy donating it let me keep it. This copy here, I believe, is from 1999, so a very, very early on edition of the DVD, but the artwork on the bottom there is just so gorgeous. Like, I wish I could hang this up on the wall. That's why I wanted to keep this. So, great film. One of my favorite films from the 1940s. Well, that is it for the most part. I have some other stragglers there, but I won't show you. It's very miscellaneous crap that I don't even think belongs to me. So, this video has already ran very, very long. It is good to be back, guys. Comment down below your favorite movie I showed you. And hopefully soon enough I can start getting more movies and start showing those off. Like always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please maybe leave me a like, comment, or subscribe. That would really help me out. And then let me know in the comments, like I said, what you thought. So until next time, guys, I love you all, and I will see you later.